Like, comment, share, and/or subscribe. Yeah, man. I haven't did a live in a long time, so this is me doing a live. Normally kind of like hang behind the camera, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's time for me to start getting my face out there, and so I can show you guys what I look like and stuff like that. I mean, I know it's a lot of stuff that be going on, but I'm not afraid to see people face to face. You know what I mean? So, anyway, yeah, I did get a couple of downloads today. The download that I got today, there was like this woman, I don't know if she's a Capricorn, but I seen it was something with a tail. It was like a mermaid or a merwoman or a mer something. And it had a tail, right? And it had like a stick. So this could be like a sea witch, or this could be like somebody who's like, that kind of vibe, like a sea witch kind of thing. But basically this woman, it's like she was doing some kind of mirror magic. She was doing some kind of mirror magic, right? And when she was doing it, Archangel Zachiel came through the mirror on her with a scythe in his hand. When he came through with a scythe, I don't know what she was speaking or what she was saying. I don't know if it's you or not, but I guess somebody was trying to do like a mirror magic or something like that. Matter of fact, I can see it in my towel right now. This is like, I don't know if you guys can see it, and I'm gonna slide it down a little bit. But from what I can see, this kind of like, give me the vibe of like a face, and this is like the nose. It comes around like that. And then this is like a mirror right here. And then as you pull it down, like, I know it's kind of weird on camera, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna read this towel for a minute here, and then I'm just gonna convey what I see right here. But yeah, I see a woman. She has something on her head or something like that, almost like a cap, and gown. She could be a graduate from like a college or something, or she does this at a college or something like that. But what I see is like, I don't know, it's kind of weird because I am seeing like a male's private part too. So I don't know if this is like a transgender, maybe a transgender woman or something like that. But I do see somebody who is like throwing like spell work through mirrors, and an angel popped out on them. An angel, like the angel, well, they call it the angel of mercy, but Zachiel actually governs Jupiter. So this person probably could have been doing some spell work against your finances. This is wild because I just heard this with another reader too. That's wild. But I had to look it up because I was riding down the road and I saw Angel of Mercy, Angel of Mercy. And I'm like, who is the Angel of Mercy? And that's when I saw, I looked it up and I saw Zachiel. And then that's later on that day, I was looking in the clouds and I saw a woman. It's like, it was like a woman, but it's like the lower half of her was like a tail. And yeah, it was wild, man. It was wild. Let's see what else I see. Hmm. I think I'm gonna just pull cards because it's a lot of weird stuff going on here. So anyway, yeah, man. I might have to do more lives and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, showing my love and stuff like that. But the problem is, like, with my camera like this, I can't see what you guys are saying in the chat. So if you guys are talking to me and stuff like that, most of the time I ain't gonna know. So yeah, I got a bin that I made with a bunch of cards in it. So I'm just gonna pull these out, and whatever comes out is what we're gonna make the reading to be. So we're gonna pull on this witch and find out what's going on with this spell work or whatever, and see what's going on here. And as you can see, I just pulled like a bunch of them out, right? Surprise, motherfucker. That's the first card out. So yeah, whoever she was call herself trying to do the spell work for, or try to do the spell work on, or whatever, it was a trap. This person was set up. They call themselves trying, whoever this woman was that was like focusing on the mirror, or male or transgender or whoever it may be, they were, while right in the middle of them doing some kind of magic or spell work or something involving a mirror or them chanting or whatever it may be, an angel popped in on their ass. Surprise, motherfucker. That's what it say. Surprise, motherfucker. It was a trap. It was a trap. It kind of gave me the vibe of when who was that with the vineyard? When Elijah, Jezebel husband, wanted a vineyard, and they ended up conning a man. They had a man, Jezebel had a man imprisoned and killed for the vineyard so that her husband can get it. And for the longest, the seers and stuff was warning the man that God was gonna come and get him and stuff like that. And so he kind of like stayed in the house kind of vibe. That's the vibe that I get. It could be somebody who just kind of like stay in the house, don't never come out or whatever. But what ended up happening was God had a meeting in heaven, and one of the angels said that they would lie in order to get this person to come out and go to war or something like that. And that's exactly what happened. There was some kind of lie, or there was some kind of misinformation that this person was given in order to convince them that everything was okay for them to do this kind of work. Something that they always look for. It's they have a pattern to it. Whatever it was, or whoever they listen to, this is somebody they listen to all the time. This is somebody that they converse with all the time. This is somebody or something that convinced them that everything would be all right. It could have even been that they went and got a reading, and that whoever got the reading, gave them the reading, told them, oh yeah, this is the perfect time to throw you off your path, or to rob you of this or do that to you. It's the perfect time now. There was a lying spirit that was connected to that person that convinced them to do this so that it had an opportunity to open up a doorway in that person's house or wherever that person did that work at. Whoever this was, they loosed something in that house, and it's an angel. We got, what is this? Anger and chains is what this is. We got anger and chains out here, number 29. Yeah. So yeah, that was some chaotic magic that they were sending. Nothing but anger, and was trying to bind you using angry, just pretty much just focusing negative energy and intentions and stuff towards you. With you know what I'm saying? Trying to, I guess, pull you in by anger or whatever it may be. Let's see what else we got here. So we got the C note. Positive expression of emotions, overdone sometimes. So yeah, part of the work that this person was doing was to get you to get in an emotional space to overshare things about your finances and about your relationships. Has to do with the root chakra. This person could have did some root work on your 2nd and 7th house, or just did root work on to affect your 2nd and 7th house. The 2nd house has to do with materialism, and 7th house has to do with what is that? Relationships. Yeah, being overly honest with your lovers and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to be honest, but you don't have to be like, oh, in the 3rd grade, what was that? The Goonies. The big boy on the Goonies, he was like, in the film, he was like, I want you to tell me everything. The man was like, I want you to tell me everything. And then the Goonie dude, the little boy, the fat boy on the Goonies, was like, in the 3rd grade, I did this, and I put laxative in all the food, and man, yeah, it was wild like that. So yes, whoever this person was, they tried to put a confessing spirit on you as well. That's wild. And maybe this anger and chains came out, reverse because of that, because whatever hatred or anger that they was trying to channel towards you through whatever this work was, it didn't come through the mirror because that angel was there waiting on them. Something was waiting on them. I remember every detail of that day. So yes, this person is butthurt, or is wounded, or is angry or upset, or whatever about something that happened one day. Out of 365 days, some happened one day, and this person took it personal. So yeah, I mean, honestly, if I was you, I would laugh, because let's be real, like, what can somebody do to you to make you that mad? You know what I'm saying? Like, what could they do to you to make you that mad from one day? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know. People have a way to hold on to grudges and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm a Sagittarius, so you know, you know, with us, you know, we say what we gotta say, and then you know that's it. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of like let it go. But whoever this was, they held on to it for whatever reason here. You are not a part of my plan. So whatever this was, it's kind of like, um, it just give me the vibe that this person, I don't know if this person was trying to like, it's like they got like mixed emotions or something or like that. Maybe it's like mixed emotions or something. It's the vibe I'm getting. Something about mixed emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like they love you, then they hate you kind of vibe. But either way, it say like you're not a part of my plan. So maybe they tried to, whoever this was, they was trying to like send all this stuff to you. But this backfire wasn't a part of the plan at all. Whatever came through that mirror wasn't part of that plan for sure. Whatever it was, that wasn't part of the plan. Okay, I'm being guided to map out a ritual or something like that. So I'm gonna put the cards out here, and then we're gonna map these cards the way they're supposed to be set up, and we're gonna look and see what other ritual this person called themselves trying to do. Because remember, I just dumped these out, and I mean, I kind of know why I was called to do it, but I kind of don't know why these specific cards came out. You know what I'm saying? So let's see here. You got powerful physical nervous scale, nervous. This could be somebody who's like a sales agent, a coach, a banker, or an entrepreneur of some sort. Second and third house. This is somebody who could be in business with their sibling. Two siblings have a business together is the vibe that I'm getting here. G-note ratio. This has to do with the throat chakra. It involves a lot of talking. Flute. Yeah, one person is the talker, the other person is the flute. I don't know if you guys saw that one video that I did, and I remember I was talking about the flute, how with the flute you are conduit for the spirits and stuff like that. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. One is a conduit, and the other one is it's pretty much the mouthpiece for the company or whatever entrepreneurship that they got going on. So this could be two brothers, two sisters, a brother and a sister. But I am seeing something about if they are siblings in the black mirror that I'm seeing right here. I see I don't know if they're having sex with each other. Maybe it's a brother and a sister that have a business or something like that. It looked like they're like having sex or something. Or something about them having sex, or they have threesomes with people or something like that. This could be siblings that are having a threesome. If not siblings, maybe they are just like business partners or something like that, and they have threesomes with people. Something about a black bird too. I don't know if it's like a magpie or something like that. Something about magpie feathers. They've been using magpie feathers or crow feathers or something like that. That kind of give me the vibe of them trying to, with ratio out here, trying to divide things out of your life essentially here. 98 hertz, G-note. Yeah, G-note. That has to do with money. Okay. And then also I have the B note out here. Ambition, career, constant need for praise, accepting personality, fourth house, crown, and conch. So yes, this person basically it's like you got, okay, so let's put it. So you got two of them, right? The one who actually was doing the work is somebody who's very it's like they're ambitious. It's like they have this drive, excuse me, to try to bring you down because they think that they're going to get like some kind of praise for this. That's what it boils down to. It has to do with praise because this person is histrionic. A histrionic kind of person, essentially, it's like it's in a personality disorder where it's like they have to continuously be praised by other people. That's why you got the fourth house. There could be a mother wound with this person. You know what I'm saying? With the crown chakra, yes, whoever this is, they have problems with their mother, or their mother is the kind of person, is the someone that they look up to in their life. However the mother lived, or whatever the mother says, essentially is what this person follow. With Lavona out here, Lavona with this, and the Lavona right here, this silver right here, that represents the moon, lunar energy. Lavona has to do with the moon. So yes, there could definitely be like some kind of moon and Jupiter work that was done here. Okay, so let's see how many cards I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here. 6, it gives me the vibe with the nut with 6. That definitely gives me the vibe of the planetary what's that? The hexagram is what I want to say. Dualities of masculine and feminine energies, right? So at the top, I'm going to do the masculine energies at the top, the feminine energy is going to be at the bottom, and we're going to go from there. So essentially with Saturn, this person had 2 of Wands in reverse. This person was trying to keep you from meeting somebody. Yeah, something about they wanted to reverse your ability to lead, your leadership ability and stuff like that, binding your masculine energy, trying to distort the way that you lead or control how you lead things. This has to do with the will of God and the tetragrammaton. The tetragrammaton is connected to the pure form, a pure form of water, the bearded man. Has to do about your wisdom, what you know is right to do, and you know, it basically has to do with the wills of God and the will of God. So yes, somebody could, whoever, the part of this work was will manipulation here with the number 2 here. The number 2 connected to the I Ching is equivalent to receptivity. Somebody was trying to manipulate your masculine energy and swap it so that you're more receptive to their energy. Left brain energy, soul spark. First manifestation of the will, the purest form of fire. The first manifestation of the will is in the mind. So whatever this was, it had to do with something about them trying to adjust or try to manipulate your thought process, your wisdoms, and what you know to be right. And they were trying to use it against you, like in martial arts, Aikido. Yeah, sacral chakra. They could have even been trying to make it where you are in a more primitive energy and you're connected to your id energy, essentially, is what it would have been. So that's what happened in Saturn, right? Or with your masculine energy, it's kind of like you're supposed to, you were plotting or planning, or you're going in a certain direction, and they wanted you to question yourself, doubt yourself with all this emotional energy here is what it was. Has to do with the Tuesday. On Tuesday, the angel that governs Tuesday is Castiel, and let's see, yeah, it's Castiel, and it had, and Tuesday they normally do work with Mars, that Mars energy, where it has to do with trying to think here, domination. So some kind of domination work that they were doing, it definitely, well, I'm gonna pull more cards on that and we'll see, we'll go from there, right? Also, you have the 4 of Wands out here. This 4 of Wands is coordinated with the Mars. It's coordinated with Mars. So with Mars or whatever, the this is pretty much like them, like I guess with the Mars energy, it would be equivalent of like them taking action against you in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? And the action that they wanted to take was essentially trying to remove your foundation, disrupt your foundation, or whatever is considered solid in that rest in your life. They wanted to add motion to it. Okay. With the number, I mean, with the 4 Wands in reverse here, you know, this is also, I see the cardinal. Your ancestors could have came out here to protect this, or to go to war with them against this. This is governed by the tree of life that is called the thou shalt not. I mean, thou shalt. Okay, the Kasad, mercy, kindness, and Tetra. And guess whose name came up? I want you to see that. Zachiel. Zachiel came up. This is governed by was it Kashmilim? Jupiter, the luminous ones. Has to be connected to your luminary body. So yes, somebody definitely tried to disrupt your luminary body. Whoever this person is, they could even be involved in real estate, a designer, florism, being a florist, gardener, or even just a, I want to say a celebrant, event planner, that kind of thing, like an assistant. I see the letter. I see Tuesday that came up again. So this work could have been done on a Tuesday. They could have had one person doing, like, since it's two of them, one was doing it all day Tuesday. And then you had another one that was doing it at certain times on a Tuesday between 6 and 7 a.m., 1 p.m. and 2 p.m., 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Because those coordinate with the times on a Tuesday. That coordinate with the times that Castiel, he who governs the Tuesday, is in power. Is that right, Castiel? No, it wouldn't be Castiel. It would be Zachiel. It would be Zachiel. Huh. These are the hours that Zachiel are active. So when they did that spell work, they did it at a time and an hour that the angel of mercy was in power. The number 4 here, youthful folly. That of youthful folly in the I Ching has to do with being a novice at the work. I also saw that it was something about being a novice at the work. First, it was a large group. From what I saw, this person could be involved in a group, or they worked with a group. And at first it was like 7 of them. Then it was like 5 of them. It's kind of like 7 of them offered 5 of them as, well, it's a group of 12, but they voted to sacrifice 5 people out of the group for some work that had backfired or something like that. And the 5 people that did that, they may be involved in this work some kind of way, but this was one of the this is one of the people who was involved in that work. One of the 5, essentially, is what I want to get at. Thou shalt Kasad, the Tetrad. Yeah, with the Tetrad, this has to do with being in unity with the 3 aspects of life, which is sulfur, salt, and mercury. With sulfur, this is the spirit that they, it's the calling in of a spirit. With salt, working with the energy entity, earth entity. And then mercury, which is being a conduit of communicating between, the 2 worlds, essentially, is the vibe that I'm getting here. When they did that, they put something out, but because this originally the card's in reverse, I got it like this so I could read it, but it was in reverse, so which means that whatever they called upon, it was grounded out. It was bound to the ground. I see established order for actions, foundation. Yeah, foundation, legislative power. This could definitely be somebody who has some kind of legislative connection, or they use their legislative connection for negativity. 411, 420, Aries, Sagittarian energy here in the east. 3rd decan, Aries. That's what's that? An Aries towards cusp, something like that. So that's what happened with that energy. So essentially, let's get back over here. And then you have the, what is that? Hang on, I'm trying to think. Jupiter, right? Jupiter has to do with the money. This has to do with the Page of Cups, clairsentience, psychic, your creativity. You could be a singer or a poet, or this person could be an artist or a musician or something like that. But they wanted you to take on this docile energy when it came to your money. They wanted you to be docile is the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. Because right now, with Mercury in retrograde, like Mercury only retrogrades in 3 planets. I mean 3 signs basically. And usually it's in Aries season, Leo season, and Sagittarius season. Well, I'll put it like this, on the cusp of those, where it's like, what does it be like? Pisces, Aries, Cancer, Leo, and I want to say Scorpio, Sagittarius. So it's always right in between the water and the fire signs. Essentially, is when Mercury goes retrograde. But right now, with Mercury being in retrograde, you can tell that there's a lot of miscommunication. There's a lot of things going on with people's money and stuff like that. It's a shit show, right? But essentially here, somebody was trying to get you to be in like this docile energy. knowing that you are like right now is the time for you to be, to go get it. Something about a temple or altar. um Adonai Heretz, Lord of the Earth. Yeah, they pretty much wanted you to be like you are in power. You have power. You probably even be in your divine feminine energy with Sandalphon and the Malkut here. But whatever it was, this docile energy that they tried to put you in, it connected you to the source of all blessings. And that's what that in the earth is the Holy Shekinah, Sandalphon, Elisha, Barakiel, he who governs the blessings, that kind of vibe. Something about the fall. Yeah, they definitely tried to do this in the fall or something like that. Or they tried to keep you in a docile energy all fall because they know this is the time for you to blow up or get money or whatever it may be. Yeah, this person got a lot going on, man. Let's see what else we got here. So with what was that? It was like a Saturn. I did Saturn, Mars, Jupiter. So that means that this would be like the moon. This will have to be Venus, the moon, and Mercury. Venus, Mercury, and the moon. Okay. Is that right? Yeah, Venus, Mercury, and the moon. So with the moon here, you got the Eight of Cups here, right? Okay, so with the Eight of Cups and with the moon slot, so like I say, somebody wanted you to get emotionally overwhelmed and walk away from something that either, yeah, walk away from your work, whatever you're working on right now. You could be working on something. You might be doing like some, spiritual work, or you could be following your dreams. You might be on a new path in spirituality. You might be learning something new. You might be whatever it may be, right? Somebody wanted you to walk away from whatever you are working on right now with the spiritual work here. They wanted to put your emotion, get you in an emotional place so that it would disrupt your mental plane. Somebody wanted to disrupt your mental plane. With the energy of, I have the energy of hermaphrodite or bisexuality. With the energy of hermaphrodite out here, it gives me the vibe that somebody wanted you in this energy where you're constantly trying to balance out your head space and your heart space. They're constantly at war with each other. That gave me the vibe of masonry, because essentially that's what masonry is, which is why they have the Venus seals. The Venus seal is it coordinates with the hermaphrodite, in which you have the two halves of a whole, which is basically Israel, Isis, Ra, and El. Isis being the divine feminine, Ra being the divine masculine, and El being the God self, Elohim. You see what I'm saying? So that's basically why, like, and the reason why I bring me to like the Masons is because with the Masons, sometimes they have like the eagle facing left and one facing right. One is masculine, one is feminine, one is active, one is passive. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to be the connection between flying or being able to merge the worlds in order to get what you want. But I don't know why. See, that's why, look, that's why I make these cards right here, because I cannot find a tarot card with all this information on there. Like, this is what I do. I research stuff and I just compile everything together. So anyway, this Eight of Cups, they wanted you to be in this emotional place. Something about the holy names. You probably prayed a prayer, or you've been doing some spiritual work around some holy names, prayers, invocations, some kind of profound wisdom that you got. You could have been reading the Bible, the Quran. You could have been reading over grimoires. You could have been just listening to inspirational people, whatever it may be. It opened your heart and your mind to something, and somebody did not like it. Whoever did this work, they did not like that. So they're trying to do whatever they can to get you to walk away from the strong Pisces energy here. This was a Pisces that did this with a February birthday. February 19th through February 28th, somewhere up in there. The number 22 has to do with Let's see, 21 is breakthrough, 22 is not innocence. It'll come to me, the number 22. But yeah, I see Elohim's of both. I see Saint Michael's out here to protect you, but I also see I see Samael the accuser. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who Samael is, that is a former luminary angel, right? And his job is pretty much like the DA. So when you go get judged or whatever, he's the demonic force that, or the demon that accuses you of all these things that you did on earth, because he feels like you don't deserve God's mercy. If he don't have God's mercy, why should you? So this is one of the people who bring up all the dark stuff in your life to accuse you. And that's exactly what this was. They could have ran a smear campaign against you in front of other people in order to get you riled up or to disrupt your emotional peace or your emotional space. Dream. I see dream out here. They could have did this in a dream world. Something about glory. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of whatever this that you've been studying or working on, it's I'm gonna tell you right now. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna pull cards. I'm just gonna let you know. Whatever you working on, whatever you was paying attention to, it could be math, it could be whatever it may be, it could be reading the Bible, whatever it was, that is a very important key to interconnectedness with everybody and everything in this world. So whatever it was that you was reading, whatever it is you was working on, go back to working on that. Go back to working on it. Go back to reading it. Go back to understanding it. It's going to teach you important concepts, and it's going to have like some kind of logical concept that you're going to be able to reapply to your spirituality. You see what I'm saying? With Kokov out here, that has to do with Mercury and energy. So yes, this is Mercury. There has to be communication. This is the card of communication here. Wow, it just happened to come out too. That's wild. So this must be the moon, and this one is Mercury. So yeah, somebody wanted to get you to communicate and stuff from abandonment. They wanted to communicate this kind of like abandoned energy or whatever. So this is the Six of Swords. Originally it's in reverse, but of course I have to flip it up, right? Yeah. The Six of Swords, this has to do with the moon, like in the subconscious space. Yeah, it's like they wanted you to like, they wanted you to walk away from what you was working on and stay stuck in some kind of mentality where it's like you're constantly using your head or your mind, you're in between worlds, you're disrupted balance and harmony and stuff like that, disrupt your consciousness is the vibe I'm getting here. Something about aloha. Yeah, somebody did. It's like this work was designed to just not only it's like a smear campaign, because remember I told you one was the mouthpiece and one was actually doing the actual work. The one who was doing the mouthpiece was like kind of like, well, the one who's doing the work wanted you to focus solely on your job. That's it, nothing else. You don't focus on anything else but the job. This person could be from the south or the southeast. Something about the southeast. What is that? North Carolina area, the Carolinas? Air energy? Aquarius, Gemini energy? Huh. It could be different for everybody else, but it's like they wanted to disrupt your middle pillar. It's like somebody wanted to like harvest off your middle pillar. So they wanted to disrupt your mind above and below, and you know what I'm saying, so that they can have access to your middle pillar and just harvest off your middle pillar. Because with the middle pillar, the why it's so important. Well, I'm gonna go into that in a second here. I'm gonna show you guys, because basically the tree of life is something I've been studying too. Okay, so yeah, and then like with Venus, this has to do with like the love sector or whatever, how you love yourself and stuff like that. This person, it's like with the Seven of Pentacles out here, they was trying to create some kind of, well, the spell work that was being done had to do with like you fighting, not only putting your head against your heart, but You being so caught up in your heart space or your head space. It's like an oscillation where either you're caught up in your head or you're caught up in your heart, but you're not moving. So that you would procrastinate at work, that you would quietly quit your job, that you would screw up your money and have unpaid days and weeks. That kind of vibe. Where it's like, because you didn't make it there on time, now the money that you was supposed to make, you ain't gonna get till next week, and then they're gonna come back and try to stall you again next week, so that it's always so that you're always a week behind. The vision of victory by sowing, yes. Something about you having a victory over this. Nazak, victory. I keep seeing victory, victory, victory. You were the David in a situation against Goliath. This person probably did this to a lot of people. And it could be a lot of people involved. Yod He Vav He, Zaboth, Henayel. Henayel has to do with the beauty. So that's one thing you might want to incorporate into your spiritual practice is being able, ask God or whoever you subscribe to reveal to you your own inner beauty. It's okay to fall in love with yourself every day, because this kind of work right here is to get you to hate yourself, rip yourself apart. And this kind of give me the vibe of a woman who is like superficial, and so she trained her daughters to be superficial too. Where it's like, if you fat, you ain't gonna find a man. If you you know what I'm saying? Same, it happened with fathers. I ain't gonna say with my father, but with certain fathers, it could happen too. Like, you need to be working out, you don't need to be eating, you need to this, you need to be active, you need to do this, you need to do that, kind of vibe, right? So I got some fuck it cards too. Here we go. Fuck it, yes, fuck yes, do it. So if you were thinking about doing something, I don't know, I ain't trying to get into your business. Whatever it was that you call yourself thinking about, maybe you was just thinking about, I should do whatever. This is the universe right here telling you, fuck yeah, do it, right? Ask yourself, how many fucks do you give? So yeah, sometimes with this is all informative. It's not really to like rile your energy up or anything like that. But, to be 100% honest, like, the less you give a fuck, the happier you'll be. That's something I had to learn, especially with spiritual warfare. And it's not like I don't give a fuck if I get attacked or anything like that. It's more like, I know it's gonna happen at some point. I know I know what I do. If I need to change it up, whatever I need to do to change it to come. If it do, if it don't, whatever. It ain't nothing to get all riled up about, because at the end of the day, this may go on for whatever. And I'm not finna, be all sad and scared and all that other shit. I'm not finna do all that shit. Hell nah. You got me fucked up. I'm gonna take that spiritual bath for your ass. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say my prayers or whatever I need to do and call it a fucking day. But one thing I'm not gonna do is give a fuck. A kind motherfucker will help you. Yeah, a kind motherfucker gonna help you. I don't know. Maybe I'm the kind motherfucker. Maybe another kind motherfucker will come through here. But somebody gonna come and help you. They gonna give you that, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna help you out. You ain't gotta fight this by yourself like that. Somebody might just give you, even if it's just inspiration to do, you know what I'm saying? Because, I guess the scariest part about spiritual warfare, like hoodoo and voodoo and all that other shit, at least in my experience, is the stories behind it. It's always the stories behind it that's the scariest shit. Because you hear about, oh, did you hear about so-and-so? They was quacking like a duck in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? But if you go with God or whoever you subscribe to, you got a strong connection. And you do things, because whatever it is, when it comes to spirituality, the best advice I can give with spirituality, no matter who you serve, spirituality is a love letter from you to whoever you subscribe to. And always remember that. However you want that person, like if you don't have a spouse, you treat whoever with your spirituality, you treat it as if they are your spouse. Treat God like like God is your spouse. And he'll treat you like you're the spouse too. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, like, when it comes to giving tithes and stuff like that, give like you were give to your spouse, or give like you were giving to somebody you love. Give like you were giving to your child. Give like you were giving to, whatever. Don't give like you gonna pay a bill or nothing like that. If you give like you paying the bill, your blessings gonna come in like he paying the bill too. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. It's like a love language. Every time you tithe, every time you do ceremonies and stuff like that, these are gifts. It's like bringing roses to the Lord. It's like bringing roses to the one that you love. That's what it is. It's you bringing roses to them. It's you acknowledging them. And then when they bless you back, they blessing you back with them roses. Because of the law of attraction, because the law of attraction fucked with you. Yeah, oh, what? That man. The law of attraction, yup. Man, that came out way too smooth right there. So like I was saying, when it comes to like all that, whatever, it's gonna come in your favor because the law of attraction, the universe is on your side. They siding with you. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like all that spell work and shit like that, I'm not saying like, you could just go dog people, whatever, with no consequences or nothing like that. But, just get your system together. When you get a spiritual attack, you're going to say these prayers. You're going to do like this candle. You're going to do this. You're going to whatever. That's what it is. You could change, you feel it's not working. You can change it up. Add something extra to it. Take something off. But either way, make sure your heart is in it. Because it's a love language. Every time you pray, it's a love letter to God. Right? Then you got to say, fuck it. They are proof that you can't polish a tire. Yep. Don't worry about that. With all that other bullshit, it's going to come. It's going like that kind of stuff, especially when you're on the path that you own. Right now, you are on the path. Whatever it was that you were studying, it's a good path for you. It's a really good path for you. And the reason why the path is so good for you is because it's causing you to expand. You starting to expand. You know what I'm saying? Your soul and your spirit is expanding because the energy that was triggered from whatever it was you were studying. You got positive thoughts create positive shit in your life. Yeah. So like I was saying, like, I don't know what you guys were studying or whatever, but I'm going to show you this right quick. And after I show you this, I'm going to pull some more cards though, right? So when it comes to the tree of life, when I said that, they basically was trying to feed off the middle pillar, right? Is like this. So I don't know if you guys know about, let's say, you know what? I'm going to do something new. I'm going to make it like, I'm going to explain it in terms of, let's say, electronics, okay? So let's say if Nikola Tesla, right? You guys ever heard of the, what's that? The Tesla coil? Where there's like this spiral like this, and then it got that column coming up here, and it spirals all the way up to the top, and at the top it just like spark out. You cannot see that. Okay. Do I have a pen? I thought I had a pen in here somewhere. Hang on. All right, yeah, here we go. So it like spiral like that. And you got one, you got that coming up there, and it's like spiral up there, and then it leaks out at the top, right? Well, with that Tesla coil, it's equivalent to, when it's spiritually, it's equivalent to how our souls are designed. See, with that spot, what happens is you got with that coil that goes like this. When you add electricity to it, it has like electromagnetic signature, right? And then with the column that's going straight up, that electromagnetic signature resonates with the coil right here, and by it being in there, it kind of like turns into a turbine. So you can have an input of, let's say, 5 volts. But when it comes out on this end, it could be as high as like 100 volts, right? That's equivalent to what happens in the soul. Now, this part right here is the first coil, right? That energy is what's within you. And we experience that spiral as what? The chakra system. All 7 chakras, right? It's the spiral, just like that. As you channel your energy, and we also experience this as like let's say Kundalini energy, right? that Kundalini energy, it generates energy like that, right? It's generating energy. When you look at your chakras, this may be you, but you know that there's chakras that come out here in front of you and they're like swirling. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys saw like those pictures of like the vortexes and stuff like that, whatever, right? So anyway, now you have to worry about the column, right? So that column is equivalent to the spine, the spinal cord. The way the spinal cord is set up, it draws energy. Well, essentially, it would draw energy downward, right? Or from the floor up, essentially, is what it would be. Like from your feet, you draw in energy from your feet, and you release it through the head. That's why when you do spiritual work and you do spiritual baths, you wash from the head down, because you're taking what's already in your head at the top and you're washing it down to cleanse it out of your feet, out of the roots of your body, right? And let's see, how else does it go? Then when you're like drawing things in, you're supposed to draw it from your feet up. That's just, you know, same thing like with you know, spirituality with the pentagram. This represents the feet. When you're drawing energy in, you come from the feet to the hands. That's an invocation, right? But when you're trying to dispel it, you take it from the hands to the feet, right? We also see this in dieting. When we work out and when we diet and stuff like that, you can be working out and stuff, but you start losing weight from the top of your head down, which is why it's really hard for you to target. Well, that's why it's hard for you to target, you know what I'm saying? Target certain areas. So anyway, long story short, said all that to say this, right? So with that column, that represents, this is your Kundalini energy. This is like what's inside of you, your stomach and all that other stuff. But with the spinal cord, that's going to be a representation of, let's say, your chakra system, right? So as you generate energy in your Kundalini, which is at your stomach, right? In your stomach. As you generate that energy, what does it do? It starts to channel upward through the spine. And it may start off as like having, let's say if you know, you saw something that you love or whatever, right? Or somebody was just really nice to you or whatever. What's going on, everybody? I'm sorry I didn't say hi at least, but I want to say hi to everybody. But essentially, am I a Christian? Yes, I am a Christian. Okay. I'm a Christian and I do a lot of studying. My grandfather is a Mason. My grandmother was a Eastern Star. I was offered Mason. I was offered what was that? An invitation to be a Mason several times, but I turned it down because I know, I mean, I like doing this right here anyway. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get in there and be trying to do this and be teaching the wrong secrets to the wrong people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to do all that. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, anyway, with the column or whatever, that's represent of like your chakra system. Like as you channel that Kundalini energy up through the root, it start interacting with each one of those chakra systems, and it, you know what I'm saying, go on out. So anyway, let's pull cards now. So yeah, so whatever it was that you're studying, I wanted to pull on that and I don't know, give you, I don't you already know what you're doing, but maybe see what the universe had to say about it and how to you know, use it. So let's see what's going on. Let me pull them all out. And I know you guys saw my spread, but this spread is equivalent to, it's a combination between spirituality and mathematics. Mathematics in terms of the tetrasite, and the combination of what is that, and the Kabbalah and Pythagoras. It's a combination between the Kabbalah and Pythagorean, the Pythagoras about the tetrasite. And yeah, all right, so about what you read or what you are currently studying, you got the Knight of Wands out here, right? there was something that was whatever this information that you were studying, you were led to it because you were on the verge of burning yourself out. You could have been on the verge of burning yourself out. You was no direction, or some kind of impulsive energy. So what happened was you came across some kind of information that caused you to like it kind of like enlightened you to something that you haven't been implementing, is the vibe that I'm getting here. It's kind of like a wake-up call. It's kind of like you having a gift and you've been using this gift for a while, and then all of a sudden you get caught up with your everyday life, and then eventually you stop using that gift, and then one day a song comes on the radio that reminds you that you have this gift, or a book with a certain name on it calls itself out to you. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. There was some kind of wisdom or information that had called out to you in this book, or this whatever it was you're working on, or whatever you were studying, right? Something that reminds you of this, of the root of where you started. So let's say if it was if you are a Christian and started off in the Bible, if you are, well, what, Muslim, it was something in the Quran, or whatever it was, it caught your attention and kind of like it, I want to say it like drew you in and had you thinking about something, had you reevaluating how you have been doing things. But when you read it or whatever, it's designed to teach you how to acquire wealth. Whatever it was that you've read, whatever it was that you were studying, it's going to teach you to walk away from something. It's designed to tell you to leave something out, and the reason why you're leaving it out. Like, for example, for me, I was reading, let's say, Exodus, right? I was reading Exodus, and it was talking about the law of Moses, because I knew that Jesus came, but what I didn't realize is like, okay, so why is there only 144,000 people? That's going to be 144,000 Jews that's going to go, with God or whatever, and I was conflicted. I didn't really get it, So I went back and I wanted to compare the two. I wanted to compare what Jesus was teaching and what Moses was teaching. So when I went back, it taught me about how the altar was set up, and the reason it was set up the way it was, and the reason why all the things that Jesus came to change later, why he did what he did, why he was in the temple flipping over tables, why he was healing people on the Sabbath, why it broke down a lot of why all of this was going on, basically, right? And essentially, whatever wisdom that you came into contact with, it was designed to do that, because whatever it is, it's putting you on a path to acquire some kind of money. You got some money out here. You got some money out here. Whatever it is, it's sufficient enough for you to be loaning money out to people, and people borrowing from you, essentially. And I'm not saying you're gonna do that, but whatever this is, this wisdom is going to lead to that. Whether this wisdom is going to be combined with like your business idea, like it could be something that you can incorporate in your business model. If you are an entrepreneur, it's something that you can incorporate in your business model, and when you do it, it's going to call out to people of like or similar. We love, like, when it comes to business, one thing we love about business is people who are honest. We love honest people, but it's hard to find them because most of the honest people are out of business. There's like this gray area between business and morality, essentially, right? But whatever this is, you can turn it into a slogan. Maybe you can make a business plan around it. It was specifically given to you, and it's not just business. It could even be something to help you apply to ease your mind. Maybe you was holding a grudge, like, yo, I don't, and that was another thing. There was a lot of things that I saw in the book of Moses that I have held grudges against people for. But the thing is that it gives you clarity. It gives you release to let you know, like, this is how the law goes. or this is how this was, this is what the reason what led up to this, and this is why all of this happened. Okay, and then you decide after how you want to act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when I was looking at Exodus or whatever. um it was it was some question about what was that, about marriage in the Bible. See, the pastor teach you, like in the Bible, in Christian churches, they teach you that, they teach you, like, you can get a divorce or whatever, or don't commit adultery, if you get a divorce if you had to, and all this other stuff. But according to the law of Moses, it's different. It's like, if a woman cheats and it's the man's fault, that man is at fault for that. If a man put, like, say if the man cheated on her, or yeah, like the man cheated on her, committed adultery against her, and then she is distraught, and she go out and she sleep with somebody else as a result of that, then guess what? It's the man's fault, because he's the one who initiated that, who cheated. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff in the book of Moses. Now, for me, and this is just an example, how you apply it for you in your life is maybe totally different, but for me, it basically allows me to take that and apply it any way I want. If I wanted to do it in a business sense, it would definitely be something like a counselor kind of thing, where, just counselor relief, because you get a lot of people who are divorcees, and it hurts. It hurts when you are with somebody that you truly love, or it's one-sided, or things happen in life, But that right there would give people a lot of ease. It will ease people's minds, because we get caught up in living our life that, sometimes it's difficult for us to choose between what is right. Well, morally right and lawful. There's legally right and morally right. You know what I'm saying? And it's really difficult to be it's difficult to be both. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, yeah, whatever it was, it's designed to get you to walk away from something that you held. It's helping you transition. It's helping you move on. Maybe you was in a stuck place. Maybe you was in this energy of holding on to something because it was difficult for you to process or get a mental picture of it. Whatever it was, it probably was hard for you to get like a mental picture of it, or to and you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, if you can't see what you're doing, it's easy for you to fall into a trap. So with that being said, this wisdom that you got is designed to help you move forward. So if you're stuck monetarily, you need to apply it in a business sense. If you're stuck psychologically, you need to apply it with, psychologically to yourself. You need to apply it psychologically to your psychological health. And then you got the Page of Swords out here. Yeah. Whatever this is, it's going to put an ending to some kind of idea. It might end one idea, or whatever wisdom that you had before, like like I was saying about, the law of Moses and stuff like that. Like it'll get you to see things differently when it comes to how you give and receive this information or wisdom or something connected to whatever you apply this to. It might even be encouraging you to change some rules in your life, or change some morals in your life, or what you believe, your belief system in your life. Letting go certain, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that's pretty good. That's pretty awesome right there. You got the death card in reverse here. With the death card in reverse, yeah, it looks like you're resistant to some kind of change, resistant to the information that you received. There's some resistance to changing accordingly based off the information that you were given. And I mean, it happens like that. When it was that 48 laws of power, it says that when it comes to conquering a place or a new territory, you should apply changes slowly and gradually. Don't do it all at once. Do it slowly and gradually. And that's the same thing with you, because this is called life for a reason. You got your whole life to live this life, you know. And when I was doing my spiritual healing and stuff like that, I used to want all that. I used to want all that shit at one time. I wanted all that shit at one time. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna have all my balance. And I thought it was just gonna be all balance. I thought it was like school, where it's like, you know, you pass the test and that's it. You ain't gotta go back and review it no more once you go to the next lesson. But no, it's more like getting a whole bunch of final exams all the fucking time. Finally, you know, you learn something new, then it's a final exam over all the shit before and this. And then you know what I'm saying, you go learn another lesson, and then it's another fucking final exam, but it's like certain shit isn't in there. And then when you forget about the shit that isn't in there, guess what? There's a final exam, and then all of a sudden you gotta take that fucking final exam with all the other old shit on there, you know. It's wild. But anyway, you got the four wands, the four swords out here. Yeah, you definitely need to get some rest and recuperate too. You could be in a restless energy. You could be in this energy of just being restless or whatever it may be. I think that's going around a lot, because there's a lot of miscommunication that is going on and stuff in the energy. But whatever it was, this wisdom was designed to give you peace. Before the information gives you peace, it's gonna disrupt your foundation. It's gonna just it's gonna disrupt some stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? And then you have what is this? The Two of Wands out here. So with the Two of Wands energy out here, it says planning progress, making decisions. Yeah, you're trying to plan a way to move forward and stuff like that, but you have to take action to make that happen. You can't be resistant. Like, you can't ask God for something, and then when he give you the answer in a book or whatever it may be, you act like you don't want it. So whatever you ask for, whatever you've been praying for, whatever reason that you're doing the spiritual work or whatever it may be, it's very powerful, because this spiritual work, and I did a reading about that previously. The reading that I did previously, it was saying something like the healing work that you were doing was protecting you from some kind of spell work. Now you see it for sure. And basically that's the reoccurring message that came up here. You're doing some healing work, or you're doing some healing work, or you came across some kind of healing information or wisdom, and it's healing you. You see what I'm saying? And then you got the Tower out here. Yeah, with the Tower card out here, there's going to be some kind of sudden change. Something is getting ready to change in your life. This could have been, whatever this wisdom was, it was transformative. And as a result, I can't remember. Hold on, let me see something here. I had the World card at the bottom of the deck, but I couldn't remember if it was upright or whatever. So hang on, let me shuffle, see what's at the bottom of the deck again. And more than likely, it's about a cycle that you're leaving. You're leaving some kind of cycle here. Yeah, you're leaving some kind of cycle. I know it's, you know, change is wild. Yeah, here it is. World card in reverse here. Yeah, you're leaving a cycle. So when you leave this cycle, you're going to have some kind of wisdom that's going to get you paid. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this wisdom is, you're going to get paid off of it. It has the capacity to bring you in money. Bring you in money. Matter of fact, I think I am going to do a money reading. Let's find out how you can maximize your money. That's what I like that better. You know, because I hear all this, you know, stuff about like spills and this and that, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But when it comes to the money, and you know what I'm saying, putting you up on what's game, like with the money and stuff like that, I like that better. So let's see what's going on. All right, so first thing you need to know about your money: Star card in reverse, lack of faith, despair, self-trust, disconnection. Yeah, it's time for you to decompress from, I'm guessing, social media. It's time for you to take a social media diet. The reason why is, you know, with the Star card in reverse or whatever, is because there's some stuff. It basically, when, I'll put it like this: spirits are communal, okay? So when you give your attention to certain energies or spaces and stuff like that, you come into an agreement with it. You come into like a covenant or an agreement with it. The more you give that your energy and stuff like that. So either limit social media, or you might want to cut off certain stuff altogether, because the money that you got coming in, it's not for everybody to know. It's way too easy for you to post on social media and stuff about what you got. But yeah, and also you're gonna need some confidence about this money, whatever this is. Ace of Pentacles out here in reverse. Yeah, there could have been you could have missed a chance for some money or something like that. The vibe I'm getting, somebody missed a chance of some money. That's because they couldn't see something for what it was. It's kind of like somebody was focused on what something appeared to be and not what it actually was. Wow. Two of Cups in reverse here. Okay. So, self-love. Okay, so definitely cultivate self-love in this situation here. You know, I know is, you know, right now, it, for the most part, it really ain't a good time to get into any relationships and stuff like that. And the reason why is because it's going to be a lot of miscommunication. Okay, it's going to be a lot of miscommunication. I mean, you're going to see it at work, you're going to see it on the job, you're going to see it on social media, people miscommunicating and arguing. You know, it's a karmic time. So definitely stay away from that, because the reason why is that when the things that you say, even if it's like, let's say if you do get in a karmic relationship, sometimes whoever you sleep with or whoever you be with have a karma on them. Everything has a karma, okay? Whether it's positive or negative, everybody has a karma. And when you lay down with somebody with a karma that is lower than yours, it brings your karma down. It's almost like a financial system. You see what I'm saying? When people with lower karma sleep with people that's higher, they get the chance to like balance their karma out. But you having high vibrational energy and karma, somebody could very well latch on, a karmic could very well latch on to you and pull your energy down. Or you could be dealing with somebody you could be in a relationship dealing with somebody, and you're trying to figure out why your money is going down and why people aren't being involved in your business and stuff like that. And it's because of who you're sleeping with. That's part of it. And I don't know who that's for, but somebody is sleeping with somebody that's karmic. I don't know what that karmic person is doing. Matter of fact, let's look right quick. I'm gonna see, because I said I was gonna do a money read. So, oh, I got a lot. So this person that they sleeping with, 6 of Wands out here, 2 of Pentacles, and the Moon card out here in reverse. This person, whoever this person is, kind of like they this person creates a lot of confusion for somebody. There's somebody out here who's all about their money and who like to take care of home and stuff like that. And then they're in a relationship with somebody who is jealous of them or envious of them or something like that. And the only thing they like to do is like create confusion. And while they're creating confusion for this person, they go to their low budget job. And then they start making money, make it look like they're winning in life and stuff like that. When in the meantime, they come home and they spiritually dump all this inner confusion and stuff on you. Leave you wondering and feeling bad and stuff like that, feeling some kind of way. Wow. Yeah, somebody is in a relationship with a hater, absolute hater. I never understood that. I mean, I was talking to somebody before, and I was just like, my thing was like, this is like, when I get in a relationship, I honestly want to have separate empires. And it's not because I'm jealous or because I'm trying to compete. But if anything happened to me, I want to make sure that you got somewhere to go. And if we ever argue, it ain't going to be about money. It's going to be about something real. And then another thing, when the time comes, and we all got our day, whatever you leave behind, I'm leaving to the kids, because I want the best days of your life. I want the memories. That's what I want. I want the memories. I don't want the money and stuff, like that's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's cool or whatever. But if I ain't got it by the end, and it's 2 of us, something ain't right. So something ain't right. That's the way I see it. Something ain't right. So yeah, it's like somebody is in a relationship with a hater, for sure. and this person only feels good, or this person is only getting victories over this person. So it's like, I don't know if this is you or not, but there's somebody karmic. Somebody's in a relationship with somebody that is very karmic, and they're just doing like this emotional dump on this person. I don't like that. I don't like that. Whoever this person is, I mean, it just give me the vibe like this person got to make sure that they the man in the house. It kind of give me the vibe like the woman make more than the man, and the man want to make sure he the man in the house, so he come home and he starts stuff with the woman because, stressing her out, knowing that she the breadwinner for the house, and then he go to his little bullshit factory job where he only make it like, you know what I'm saying, make it like 30,000 a year. But he feel like but she try to honor him by making him feel like he the man and shit like that. But they both having periods. You the man, but y'all scissoring. That's what it sounds like to me. When I see this two of pentacles right here, they make me think that nigga scissor with her. He had periods and scissor with her. And sit down and talk about his feelings with ice cream. That's the vibe that I get here. So anyway, on back to the money. You got the Knight of Wands out here. So yeah. Make sure you the same passion. Make sure you reinvigorate your passion. It's gonna be important with this Mercury retrograde for you to reinvigorate your passion for what you would your entrepreneur or whatever business that you have, or whatever however you make your money. Don't get me wrong, we all got to do something we don't want to do, okay? But this is just where you are right now. If this is where you are right now, the key to making your money is to find something or create something in your job space to make your job feel like it's not really a job but a pleasure to do, essentially. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like, oh, you're gonna be there every single day and all that. I ain't talking about all that. What I'm saying is sometimes, organizing your space at work make you feel more comfortable at work. Like, oh, because you know where everything is. Sometimes, like, rewarding yourself when you get to work with your favorite food and stuff like that make you feel a lot better. You see what I'm saying? So you got to find those little victories in life and add it to your job to make you want to go to work, make you feel better about how you do your job and stuff like that, or whatever job that you do. It's time to reinvent that passion that you have, because once you reinvent that passion, once you bring that passion back into your workspace or whatever, what's going to happen is you will be working, but by you being in a higher vibration, it's going to draw in more people with better opportunities. People are going to want to come to you. People are going to want to notice you. When people come to you and want to notice you and know you by name and things like that and reference you and stuff like that, it can open. There's no telling what doors that could be open, because you never know who knows who. You got the King of Pentacles out here in reverse here. Yeah. You could also be dealing with somebody who is okay. It says something about greed, indulgence, material loss, stubborn, obsessed with wealth and status, financially inept. Okay, so if you want to, that's basically this reinvention right here, this passion that I was talking about, it leads to this card right here. And it's for a reason. Because a lot of people think like, if I just hoard my money or save my money all the way up, or just be a penny pincher or whatever, then I'm going to be rich. It's an obsession. Somebody has an obsession with wealth. You're obsessed with it. Let's say, and to put this in perspective, especially for my ladies, how often do you get in a relationship with a man that you feel is overly obsessed with you? I'm pretty sure that you got a DM, right? You got your DM box is full of men, and for my fellas, women who are just thirsty for you. How often do you stay with people like that? How often do you give them a chance? And most of that is because they're pursuing you. They're pursuing you. They're it makes them seem weak, right? Same thing with this money. This money is avoiding you because you are obsessed with it, and it makes you look weak to it. It's the same thing. How do you be more appealing to that? It's the same way, like if you was in a dating, you know, you don't want to date somebody who is obsessive. You want to date somebody fun. Bam, King Knight of Wands out here. You see what I'm saying? You bring that fun and that passion to your job, and that money gonna be like, you know what? I want to be with you because it seemed like you having fun over there. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you do it. That's one of the ways. Seven of Wands out here. Seven of Wands in reverse. Exhaustion and giving up. Yeah. And also get some rest because I know you're exhausted. So resting period is also important. All right, that's all I got. I see I got a couple of visitors here. For all my visitors, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Um, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so sorry. I haven't been live in a long time, so I wasn't able to like read all the comments and stuff. But for all the people that came through, I appreciate you coming through. Let me see. Yeah, I had quite a few people come through. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for seeing the live. Thank y'all for visiting the live and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna do lives more often because apparently at least I heard through the grapevine that somebody made like a page or something, and I guess was trying to get paid off of my work and stuff like that. So I'm gonna let you guys see me, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna try to do more lives, and plus I don't have to worry about uploading all that other stuff. All right, so I love y'all all. Y'all take it easy, be safe out here, and peace.